Today is Easter Sunday, and maybe you're hosting a nice brunch, maybe Easter dinner, and while the menu, we know is important, so is the setup. Walking us through some of the easy tablescapes, hosting tips is Danielle Couick with Ghost Host by Magnolia Bluebird. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Happy Easter.
Likewise, likewise.
It can be so overwhelming when we talk about hosting, decorating, but you've made it all very simple. And I really love that you are all about repurposing, including vintage, heirlooms. So kind of walk us through this setup you have here.
Absolutely. So what I've set up today is actually an Easter lunch or brunch. I think that that's probably a little more common after maybe some holiday church, if that's your thing. And so I've set up, we have an heirloom collection here, which is peony, and I love it for the spring, but I also love the unexpected color palette. Even though it's vintage, it's really bright and festive. So I pulled that teal out with a new plate, and then of course I love obviously a little sparkle, so I've added in here this gold charger, and that ruffle's really on trend. So the idea is we're taking heirloom modern and bringing in those different layers, and of course the bamboo I think makes it nice and casual for a lunch. It doesn't take it too formal. You could take this to dinner with maybe someone's silver or a different collection.
Love that. And I talk about the mixing, right? Because I think when we think about hosting and being overwhelming is because you think you have to go out and buy everything. But when you talk about heirloom pieces, I mean, this is your grandmother's china, maybe your mother's china that you've had in your cabinet that you can kind of pull out and incorporate.
Yep. I think a lot of people get a little nervous, like they're either not honoring the collection or it's just not quite my style. So I really encourage people to pull it out, have fun with it, maybe find a little note that speaks to you. I'm currently, I think I'm in my etched glass era because I can't get enough. These are also vintage, but how relevant and beautiful. I think Anthro actually has a dupe of them right now.
All right.
So I really just encourage you to make it yours and shop your shelves. I'd say this all the time.
Shop your shelves.
Shop
I love
your
that.
shelves.
Okay.
And vintage, of course, is super popular right now. And even if you need to go out, these are just some cute little inexpensive eggs that we just added for a little pop of color. But these could be chocolates. These could be a dessert. This could be something to add a little flair to your table.
The flowers and maybe some of the vessels for the flowers. Talk about that because you could put flowers in here and really just elevate your table too.
Absolutely. So this is actually from my grandmother's collection.
Oh, beautiful.
I'll be honest, I'm not a basket girl. But I love this idea of bringing in the flowers and even have some tulips maybe just laying over it. So if you're not a floral designer, do not worry. There are plenty of grocery stores that have some beautiful, inexpensive flowers. I also love a potted plant. So for example, I brought these. They're a basket weave ceramic, and this is something that can also be a little evergreen. After the holiday, now you have a gorgeous plant for your table.
And putting the plant on the table and it just makes it pop.
That's right.
Okay, I never thought of that. Love that. Okay, talk about the napkin setups. I mean, it feels formal, but it doesn't take a lot of effort, and it looks really nice. So walk us through that.
I'm all about low maintenance, which is surprising to probably most people who know me. But there's cute little ways to turn things into all sorts of animals and rabbits and whatever. I honestly love a folded napkin. This one's just on the side, which is really easy. Just put it in your lap. Of course, this also is a nice simple fold. Literally just a little triangle fold. I love a good pressed napkin though. So if you have an iron, get it out.
All right.
I know.
Dig it out.
And if you don't have an iron, you can fold it 4 ways, tuck it under a plate, and it looks
that's
awesome.
a trick. There we go. Anything else we need to know about Easter if you're getting ready to host later today?
So I'm a sucker for an egg plate. And I have a vintage one, and this is actually a new plate. This jade is new.
Beautiful.
What I loved about it, had the little handle. Then you can serve it around if you want to, but don't feel like you need to just tie yourself to just hard-boiled or deviled eggs. I love the idea of like a smoked salmon rosette for brunch or bellinis or something like that. So use your plates, just a beautiful little spread inside.
Okay, we've got a lot of other important holidays and dates coming up too. Tis the season, right? Mother's Day, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if you want to make it more special, if you're having people over, how do you do that? Walk us through your setup here.
So I might be a little contrary to popular belief. I think that there is no wrong way to host as long as you're coming from a place of care, kindness, and love.
Love that.
And opening your doors to the conversation, to the memories, that is really what it's about. So don't stress about it. I know it's very easy to do so, but truthfully, I personally don't care if you're serving pizza on a paper plate. As long as you're opening your door, you're bringing people inside, maybe dust as high as your tallest friend. That's what my mother always used to say. Little tip and trick, you don't have to go that high. And that's really what it's about, making those memories. And of course, if you want to make it very special, find a little note that speaks to them. My mother's a watercolor artist and has been for, gosh, 30 years.
It's beautiful.
So, you know, we'll do a cute little watercolored place card or menu card to honor her or something
Just
like
something
that.
simple to tie that in. Love that. Okay, dads, when we talk about Father's Day, how do we make that special?
Oh gosh, well, there's so many different ways you can go with this, whether they are fishermen, hunters, sports guys, bourbon guys, or they're great outdoors, or just like to sit at home, or maybe they're garden guys, whatever. Find something that ties in and make that really special. I like a beverage bar. Not everybody's a drinker, but a beverage bar could be a nice way to honor them. But also ask them what's exciting for them, what's special for them, and kind of tie that in.
I love that. And I really love the taking one special thing about that person and kind of tying it and making that the focus.
We have a really big habit of like wanting to do all of the things.
Yeah.
Big secret, nobody knows what you didn't do. Yes, nobody knows what you
Ladies
didn't
and gentlemen.
do. So if you didn't get to the flowers, if you didn't get to the 3-layered place setting, if you didn't get to the deviled eggs, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Unless you say it.
And nobody cares, right?
Nobody cares. It's about the engagement in the gallery.
Okay, good news is you've got all of this tied into a lookbook for everyone. Where can they get in contact with you, your social media, and where can they find that lookbook?
Awesome. So you can sign up on our website, ghosthostbymb.com. We just launched this lookbook. It's a beautiful tool. We have, I think, over 6 different holidays coming up this spring. It's something we're doing quarterly. And of course, you can also shop our lookbook. So that way, if you don't have any idea or where to start, we've done all the work for you. You can shop that lookbook. It's a digital piece. You can sign up for our newsletter also. We have a beautiful monthly newsletter. But if you're an in-person shopper, which I love, come out, touch and see it and feel it. We are actually showing at the Old Line Market May 3rd and 4th at Isla Chappelle Farm in Poolsville. It's going to be this beautiful collection of antique dealers, garden, home, all sorts of things.
Beautiful.
And we've been curating for the last several months for this lookbook, and all of that's going to be available. But also taking a lot of new and heirloom and making it modern.
Mixing it. And it looks amazing. Yeah. It looks amazing. Okay, thank you so much. So shop your lookbook or shop your shelves. I really love that. That's going to stick with me. Danielle, thank you so much.
Absolutely.